In this video we will look at different types of hybrid and electric cars available and reveal which will be available after 2030. An alternative fuel vehicle, or AFV for short, is a vehicle that runs on something other than petrol or diesel, or a vehicle that combines a fossil fuel with another form of propulsion. The most common types of AFV are electric and hybrids, but there are all sorts of alternative fuel types that we will cover here. ICE stands for internal combustion engine and refers to traditional petrol and diesel only vehicles. In some hybrids, another form of energy supports the internal combustion engine. Whilst in pure electric cars, the internal combustion engine is replaced altogether. An electric vehicle runs off electric power only. They have zero tailpipe emissions such as CO2 and NOx, and charge off the electric grid, either using home charge points or the public charging network. Mostly called pure electric or fully electric vehicles, they are also referred to as EV, electric vehicle, GEV, grid electric vehicle, BEV, battery electric vehicle, or PEV, plug-in electric vehicle. There are three types of hybrid on the market today: mild hybrids, MHEVs, hybrid electric, HEVs, and plug-in hybrid, PHEV. Mild hybrids are basically petrol or diesel cars that use electric power to support their internal combustion engine, mostly to increase efficiency in the engine and system when accelerating. Calling them hybrids is a bit misleading, as you can't charge mild hybrids or drive more than a few meters in electric mode in most cases. This is a name that might drop out of use or get repurposed further down the line, and you'll probably hear these referred to as electrified vehicles going forward. Hybrid electric vehicles switch between or blend a petrol engine and electric motor to prioritise efficiency or power. This can be done automatically or by selecting different drive modes. Hybrid electric vehicles have limited electric-only range, so you'll only cover short distances and or low speeds on electric power. These type of vehicles, also known as parallel hybrids, full hybrids, or self-charging hybrids. Finally, plug-in hybrids are the hybrids you plug into the charge. They can switch from electric to petrol or diesel. PHEVs tend to use their electric power up first, then run on fossil fuels as a backup plan. PHEV battery capacity is high enough to cover most or all of your journey using electric power only, depending on your car and the length of your journey naturally. So PHEVs need plugging in to a charging point. Overall, PHEVs use less fuel than internal combustion vehicles and produce fewer emissions than HEVs and electrified vehicles. A technology that you may come across, but are mostly obsolete now, are range extenders. Range extenders use an internal combustion engine as a small generator for the electric batteries. Unlike other types of hybrid, including PHEVs, range extenders are only driven by the electric motor. They use petrol or diesel to support the motor, not to drive the wheels. As the charging infrastructure improves and range anxiety becomes less of a thing, there will be less need for range extender technology. As of 2030, anything that isn't a pure electric car or PHEV is getting discontinued. This may include MHEVs, HEVs and ICE. On the current plans, the sale of new PHEVs will be banned from 2035, leaving pure electric cars as the only new car you will be able to buy. There are other types of alternative fuel vehicles. These aren't quite as popular or prevalent yet, but advances in technology mean anything could happen in the coming years. Hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicles, or just hydrogen fuel cells, or FCEVs, use a chemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen to create electricity and power the car. These are also zero-emission vehicles, as only water comes out of the tailpipe, and until all electricity comes from renewable sources, they are the only truly environmentally friendly vehicles. The technology is very new and there isn't much of an infrastructure in place to support them yet, but they will avoid the 2030 ban, and plenty of brands are currently working on hydrogen-powered cars for the mass market adoption. This is definitely a technology to watch out for. Biofuel vehicles run on a petrol or diesel, ICE, supported by another type of alternative fuel, normally hydrogen, natural gas or liquefied petroleum gas. Also called e-fuels, synthetic fuels are created using electrolysis to separate water into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen is then mixed with CO2 and make synthetic methanol, which is refined into synthetic petrol or diesel. As the goal for a carbon neutral world approaches, it is more and more important that car manufacturers adopt these new technologies and provide more financially achievable alternatives to the internal combustion engine.